good afternoon, and welcome to this edition of Referee Corner here on IslandStats.com. I'm your host, Earl Basin, and joining me is none other than Radu Petrescu. Did I say that right?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Yes.
Perfect.
Well, Radu, you have a long list of achievements in officiating. Can you just give us a brief background on yourself?
Yes, thank you very much for the introduction. First of all, I have to say that I'm really pleased. I'm really honored to be here. It's a very nice opportunity also for me to speak with you and with all the guys that are watching the show. To introduce myself, just some short words. My name is Radu Petrescu. I started refereeing 21 years ago, but it seems like there are only 5 years, many years ago, 21 years ago. Like most of the young boys and like most of the young girls also, I used to be a football player, and I played in the 4th division in Romania. I come from Romania, I didn't say it. And when I turned out 18 years old, my coach told me that, I was a goalkeeper, and I was always a substitute. So you can imagine in the 4th division to be a substitute as a goalkeeper is not something very, to be proud of. And I remember that my only matches when I was playing were the matches when the main goalkeeper was not at the stadium. So he was having a job, I don't know, and he was not there, so I was playing. So you can imagine that my level, let's say, was not very high. And my football coach, seeing this and probably wanted to be, let's say, polite, told me that, you have to be prepared also for another thing, maybe for like another job, another career. And I'm thinking to propose you to the association to become a referee. And I said, okay, why not? I wanted to be involved in football. I like football very much. Also, when I was a kid, I was, dreaming with big stadiums and big names and everything. And so at 18 years old, I started my refereeing career. Now this year I will turn 39. So as I told you, 21 years ago I started. And 2001 I started. Then I promoted step by step, the 4th division, 3rd, 2nd. And I had my first match in the top division in Romania back in 2007. And since then, I have more or less 220 matches in the top division in Romania. Speaking of, let's say, achievements like top matches that I did, I'm very happy and I'm very proud that I did the cup final once. I did the Super Cup final in Romania 3 times, and I also was invited last year in Egypt, in Africa, to referee the cup final, because it's like a tradition there, let's say the teams are not very happy with the local referees, and all the time the cup final, the Super Cup, and the top matches are being refereed by referees from abroad. So I received the nomination, the appointment to go there to join Egypt in order to be the referee in the final. In 2012, well, it's not like very brief description, but I hope it's okay. Yeah. In 2012, I joined the FIFA list, so I became an international referee. So it's already 10 years ago. 2012, I joined the FIFA list, and since then I have about 70 matches as a referee. So I said 70 matches as a referee, many as a 4th official, and also some matches as additional referee, because some time ago, also in Europe, in the international matches, we used to go in a team of 6 referees and with two additional assistant referees. So now I'm in first group. That means there is an elite group of referees, let's say top 25 maybe in Europe, and I'm coming right after them. So I'm first group. and I'm doing matches in the Europa League in the group stages, and also in the qualifiers. Just last month, I had a very nice match in Georgia versus Spain. Very nice and a very good experience. So that's a brief and not so brief description.
Sure. So let me ask you, when you were a player, you remember the excitement of getting ready for a game, even if you was the reserve. Do you still get excited like that when you get that call to be an official?
Yeah, even more because at that time, playing in the fourth division, it was nothing related to, I don't know, to media or to newspapers or the spectators in the stands. So I remember that once we played an important match, and by the way, I was a substitute. And there were like 300 spectators in the stands, so I was really enjoying it. I said, wow, 300 spectators. At that time it looked a lot for me,
Right.
but for example, I was additional referee with another referee in Barcelona, in one of the matches in Barcelona, with 90,000 spectators. So coming back from 300 spectators up to 90,000, it's a very big difference. But yes, I do feel in my heart, inside me, in my soul, I feel a great, commitment and a great happiness just to be there.
Now, obviously, it's a lot of pressure on the officials, no matter if you're a referee assistant or the referee, because you find yourself having to make a lot of decisions, following the rules and regulations that are put in front of you. But what would you say would be one of the things that stand out in your mind that you would remember about a game that you doubted the call in which you made?
There were, I think in every game there's a call, and maybe there are 2-3 calls that are very important for the game. And also I remember some years ago I took a very important decision. It was 0-0, I don't know, 85th minute or something like that, and one of the teams scored a goal, a regular goal, perfectly correct, and I whistled for a foul because it looked, for me, it seemed that the attacker, I don't know, made something to the goalkeeper. But on the replay, it was really nothing. It was like half a meter between them. So that decision, for example, it was, I don't know if you use this expression, but it was like a stone on my heart. It was, it was very, very difficult for me to get over it, to pass the moment. Yeah, after the match, I received a lot of messages. I even saw the clip with the situation, and that match was important because if that team who scored was winning, they were going to Europe, to Europe, yeah. And the match ended 0-0, so it was a big scandal. And yes, it was, and it is always very, very difficult to get over an important decision which you made it wrong.
Coming from a place like Romania, what is it like for you to officiate in different countries?
Well, it is great. It's I think it's a different mentality because I've seen, for example, I refereed some matches in Scandinavia, in Norway, in Sweden, in Finland, and there are really quiet people and understanding, and everything is just okay. Like I make a call and they say, okay, if you think it's a foul, it's a foul. But also the Latin countries like I don't know, Italy, Turkey, and Albania, for example, are really hot-blooded, and they do not accept almost nothing. They speak a lot, but yeah, it's a different mentality because, for example, if you travel abroad, you referee a team and probably you will meet the same players maybe in 5 years' time. I mean, it's not something very common to go to the same team. For example, in Romania, in a season, you get to meet and to know the players from the teams. They know you, you know them, and it's like another relation between you and them. But abroad is different. Yeah, I think the mentality, and also it's something very interesting. For example, if you do a match in Romania, and I'm sure that in Bermuda and everywhere is the same. If you do a match in your country, both teams will I don't know will be quite suspicious, will suspect anything. They will think, it's Radu the referee. So I know Radu in the last match took a decision and it was not so good and blah blah and so on. But if you go to another country, they don't know you, you don't know them. So it's even the players they accept you. They don't speak so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're joined now by the head of referee for Bermuda, Mr. Cranston Williams. First of all, good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Hope all is well.
So far, so good. I can't complain.
Okay. Well, we're going to continue our conversation with Radu here. Radu, when you first decided, following your coach's advice, to move into the referee field, what with your ambitions, what did you start out thinking where you could take this?
First of all, let me say hello to Cranston Williams. It's really glad that we have the chance to, let's say, to see each other. Coming back to your question, well, when you start a career as a referee, maybe everyone who is attending we call it the school of referees, who is attending the courses, they dream. I want to be the referee of the final in the World Cup. I want to be in the Champions League. I want to be the best ever, and so on. But an aim has to be realistic. I mean, to be the referee in the World Cup final, thing that like tomorrow we'll have the World Cup final. It's something that is very, very hard to achieve. So I will go to the end of my sentence, telling you that I met people, I refereed teams, and I've been in the stadiums that maybe I was just dreaming when I started my career. So maybe I was dreaming to be, I don't know, in Barcelona, in Manchester United, in Inter Milano, refereeing Spain, I don't know, Italy, Germany, France. I did all these teams. So it is like a dream for me. Honestly, I was not. I told you, I did matches, and I've been in some places where I was just dreaming to be realistic.
Well, Mr. Williams, we have this gentleman here. We get a chance to see the talent via the television, and just your thoughts on why you would get someone like Radu to come and join us to give his experience.
Actually, I just want to say thanks to Radu because he did reach out to me via the BFA's website, and we just started communicating. And at first, I was a little bit like, okay, who's this person? Is this legitimate? Because somebody from Romania to know what's following our progress here in terms of refereeing was like a real shock for me. So from there, we communicated, and he sent me some PowerPoints and different things I shared to referees, and it's just an ongoing thing. I just felt that as somebody from Romania, which is not the norm for Bermuda, we normally look at, most people follow the EPL. It's like EPL, what goes on the Caribbean or even the US. So I figured having someone with the European experience that's not from England will be a good thing for us and also referees to listen and to hear, because I'm pretty sure he had the same challenges that we do in terms of refereeing. A referee is just refereeing. So I was excited to know that, here's somebody completely different. It's not the norm for us, like I said. So I just jumped on and said, okay, you know what, let's try this and see if he accepts. And thankfully he said yes. And, hopefully I told him one day he can get to come to visit Bermuda so that we can actually meet face to face. Because they've been very supportive of us. Anytime something comes out, he figures that'll be good for the referees. He sends it. When he goes on his games, he lets me know how he made out. So for me, he's very thankful. I hope that his experience will probably galvanize some more people to join or inspire our referees that we already have to try and go even further.
Radu, let me just say thank you very much for sharing your message. Can you just give us a brief detail on what some of the things you shared with our local referees here in Bermuda?
Yes, of course. Let me tell you a very nice story. So back in March last year, we had a total lockdown in Romania. Yes. So we had to stay in the houses. I remember that I was going out for shopping once a week for 2 hours and then going back. And I was not that busy. So I was just looking here and there on the internet and seeing all kinds of things. And I don't know how I just saw some images with a football match. I don't remember the website. I don't remember the match. And then I discovered that it's a match from Bermuda. It was something on YouTube in the first division. I don't remember the match, of course. And then I started to, I saw the teams. One of the teams, I remember it was Robin Hood, because the name said, oh, wow, Robin Hood, like the fairy tale. And I checked a little bit with the referees and so on, and I discovered, and I'm being honest to tell you, I discovered that there is someone, Cranston, that is really involved in this. Someone that really takes all the things very seriously, who is doing a great process of education and trying all the time to attract referees in order to start refereeing. I saw also that, I think if I know correctly, in 2018, Bermuda since then has an assistant referee who is FIFA listed. Yeah. So the things are step by step are growing. And I've seen some images with some polar watches and with some fitness tests and trainings and so on. And I said, wow, this guy is really doing his best in order to help the referees and help the refereeing in Bermuda. And also checking, I've seen also some short movies, and I said I have to drop him a mail, because it was like a very positive thing for me. It was like not a surprise, but it was really positive. And I said I have to write him 2 or 3 lines. I will introduce myself. I will say, I know it's not something common, like you receive a mail and you see that somebody from another country wants just to speak with you and maybe to share 2 or 3 documents and so on. And I fully agree, Cranston, that maybe at first he looked at the mail and I said, hey, what is this? But I said, why not? I wrote him a mail. I told you 2, 3 words, a short description. I put also some links with my career. And since then, we had a very close contact. We had a lot of exchange of mails, and I tried. I'm doing my best in order to, not to help, because it's not a good word. In order to, I don't know, to be part in the development of Bermuda refereeing. That's my good, I don't know, the good feeling that I have, that even with the small things that I do, maybe someone will appreciate and will be helped by all the things that I'm sending.
Definitely. What with the lockdown that was in Romania, what has life returned to as far as football?
It was a total lockdown for 3 months. So football was fully blocked. Mm-hmm. We started in June last year. We played the remaining matches of the championship. Of course, no spectators, with a very strict protocol, with everybody, well, except the players, of course, and the referees, everybody wearing a face mask. We played 2 months, I think, 1 month and a half, I don't know. We finished the championship. And then we started the new one in August. So since then we are playing. We just finished last week. We did the final matches. We have like a playoff, play out, and some relegation promotion matches, and everything was finished. And I think in May the government took a decision that allows 25% of the capacity to be covered. So 25% of the total number of spectators is allowed to be in the stands. And believe me, it's like there are many matches with full house, let's say, right. Because 25% is like a full house now. So
I was going to ask you, what is it like officiating in a stadium that you can hear everything that goes on, even if it's the substitutes talking on the side?
Yeah. I will also be very honest with you. It was not very good. I mean, we were hearing everything. Like the president of the club, who was standing, I don't know, maybe 100 meters up in the stands, he was yelling and he was shouting and he was not happy. And we were hearing each and every word he was saying. And we were just We're just praying, come on, we want the spectators back. So in May, that's the funny thing, in May, the spectators were allowed. So we were very happy that everybody, let's say, we're coming back to normal. But believe me, this feeling took like 30 minutes because all the spectators started to yell, to shout, to say bad words to the referees. So I said, yeah, it was not that bad when it was the lockdown. Everybody was let's say quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, now getting back seriously, yeah, it's good. It's good to have the spectators back. I mean, always a match is the football is being made for spectators. This is the show. They want to, the spectators, the media, the people. They want football. They want to see. They want to feel. They want to take part. Let's say in the event. So
Right.
yeah, mainly it's for them. Yeah.
Now, a place like Bermuda, one becomes an official, and they're more or less starting out as a domestic official, whether it be a referee assistant or the referee. What is it like in Romania when you start out as a domestic referee? Where do they put you?
They put you, you're not allowed in the first 2 years. You're not allowed. You're not doing matches in the senior level. You're doing only matches. I don't know, kids matches like 7 to 12 years old. The kids. So yeah, this is the first step. When you finish the school, the courses, you get to referee some let's say very youth matches. 10 years, 12 years, yeah. And that's funny because in Romania, it's very difficult to be a referee there because you just finish the courses. I mean, you don't know exactly what to do, when to do, and things like this. And the parents, they are expecting like the top referees, the top referee of all times is doing the match. And they want to be everything like in the television. They do not care that maybe the referee finished the school last week. And yeah, as the kid does not kick the ball because he's missing the ball, he's just missing the ball, maybe the referee is like, I don't know, missing a foul or doing something wrong. And yeah. And after 2 years, in order to respond, in 2 years time, you get to the senior level. And in Romania, we have 5 levels of senior, 5 divisions.
And how did you progress? How did you progress through those divisions? Was it 1 year you just kept making the step, or did it take a little longer?
No. The 4th and the 5th division are, let's say, together. I mean, the referees are doing matches both in 4th and 5th division. A very important step is when you go to the, let's say we call it the district level, to the national level. So the 4th to the 3rd division. There you have to pass an exam. An exam means some physical tests and some theoretical tests. And then it's like a mark, and I don't know, they calculate the mark with some coefficients. I don't know. It's you get a final mark, and I don't know, the top 5 is being promoted.
Oh, okay.
But it's an exam. 3rd division, normally you get to promote by performance. I mean, the committee is watching you. There are members in the committee, so everybody has to watch 2 times every referee, let's say, in order to promote him. I mean, you cannot go, for example, if you go and you say, yes, I've seen this referee and I think he's the best and I want to promote him. No, at least 5 people have to see him twice in order to promote him. So, yeah.
Cranston, you have any questions for Radu?
Yeah, Radu, you were saying that you have the youth league. So what different leagues do you have? Because here in Bermuda, we have under 7, under 9, under 11, under 13, under 17. So, like, we have people that are 10 years old who do like the under 7 leagues, and they progress through. For us, we don't have a time limit because we're not fortunate like Romania. We have an abundance of officials. So what we normally do, people that say officiating under 17 leagues, if they show potential, we might try and get them to come up to do our first division as an AR. But we don't. Well, that's if they show potential. But I'm just trying to understand Romania. How does it go for you in terms of the age levels and the different levels for the younger leagues?
Yeah, we have youth leagues starting from under 7 to under 19. So under 7, under 8, and so on. Every let's say year of birth has its own league. And yeah, we have a lot of teams, especially in the big cities, a lot of teams. And yeah, the main criteria in order to let's say to promote from the youth level to the senior 4th and 5th division is the performance. The people are getting to know you. The head of the district committee and the people involved are getting to know you. They are hearing maybe that a referee, I don't know, who is doing some good matches, and maybe the head of district committee is going to watch him and say, yeah, it's okay, he's good, and he's promoting him to the 4th or 5th division. So it's not like an official thing to be promoted from the youth level to the senior level in the districts. Yeah, the main criteria is the performance, but for me the main criteria is the involvement. When you start a thing, I mean, it's like a piece of advice that I received many years ago from my grandfather, and he told me, when you start a thing, do the best you can. I mean, when you finish that thing, you have to say, I did my best. There is nothing that I'm sorry for. I did my best. Well, I didn't make it as I don't know, the referee of the World Cup final, but I did my best. So this is the I don't know, the idea, the sentence that I try to repeat in my head all the time. Do the things in order to do it the best you can.
Right. Well, let me ask you, Radu, do you remember your first international match? Not your first league, not your first domestic match, but your first international match. And what was that experience like for you?
Of course, I remember. It was like a dream came true for me. It was in 2012 in Czech Republic. It was an under-19 match, Czech Republic versus the Netherlands. And yeah, being an under-19 match, there were not so many spectators, but still, I think it was, I don't know, maybe 1,000 or something like this. And yeah, I really felt that I achieved something. And I said to myself, I remember that I had my FIFA badge and I stick it on my T-shirt, and I said, yeah, it really made it really worth it. It really, like, you're in the training sessions and you have to, I don't know, to run some laps, many laps, and sometimes you feel a little bit, let's say, tired and maybe not in the mood to do it. And then I was looking at my badge and I said, yeah, I think every lap was important, and every lap, even that I was tired and not willing to do it, made it important, made this dream come true. And speaking of this, I want to say maybe in 2 or 3 words some things for the young people who is watching this show. If you love football and maybe you don't have a great career like myself ahead of you as a football player, you have to consider it very, very seriously, this activity of refereeing, because refereeing can take you to some places and can take you in some situations that are very, very, very nice. Just imagine you start this career, and I told you have this example. I think his name is Simons, the assistant referee, yes, and you have him as an example. So he could do it. Yeah, he could do it. Why me as a person from Bermuda starting my career? I can do it also. He did it. I can do it. I have the chances. I have all the support. Crescent and all the committee is really supporting. There is a career, there is a chance, there is a big opportunity, and the perspective is getting wider and wider. A lot of nice things are happening. I told you, Cranston is really doing a great job, and he's involving a lot in the academy, in growing up the referees and so on. So everybody who maybe has this idea, but he says that, yeah, I will do it. I will become a referee maybe next year or so on. No, do it now. Do it now. Don't do it next year, because next year you're going to lose a year. Do it now. If you want to become a referee, do it now.
Well, let me ask you: do you have what is it like in Romania when it comes to officiating, and the authorities or whomever, the committee, kind of pushing, the fellow Romanians to move up the ladder? Do you have people like that within the organization?
No, at the moment, no. Yeah, there were some difficult times in Romania, maybe 15 years ago, but the committee changed a lot. The head of the football federation is a guy who is 36 years old. He is the youngest. Yeah, he's the youngest chairman of the federation, not of the referee committee, right. Of the federation. Yeah. He's only 36 years old, and when he came, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, I don't remember exactly. He came with a very open-minded. He was very open-minded. He was willing to discuss. He was willing to help, willing to know things, willing to develop, and he really did a good job. 8 years ago, he had a discussion with Kyros Vassaras. Kyros Vassaras is an ex-referee from Greece who did a World Cup, who did the Euro, and who did the final of the Olympics in Athens in 2004. So in Europe, he was also in the UEFA refereeing committee, and a person with a very, very big experience and with a lot of good things around him. And he had a discussion with Kyros, and 8 years ago, he appointed him as a chairman of Romanian referees. So at the moment, although he's from Greece, he is the chairman of Romanian refereeing, and he's really doing a good job. So coming back to your question, no, the things really changed a lot in the last years, and for the moment, I think that everyone who is starting this career has a chance to develop a lot. Even the referees now from the third division or second, they have a good chance to promote, to go up high and to do matches that are really good.
Good. When you look at, do you know how many of your fellow Romanians are on the FIFA list, whether it be AR or?
Yes, so we have 7 referees. We have 10 assistant referees in men, and in women we have 4 referees and 4 assistant referees.
Okay. And how often do you guys get together to ensure that everyone is up to date? I know you would probably do the domestic side, but for the international side, how often do you guys get together?
So from the international side, the UEFA is doing some courses. In UEFA, we have 4 groups: elite, first, second, and third. And I told you I'm in first group. So the elite group and the first group, we do two times a year. We have like a seminar with I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days. We have some fitness tests and some theoretical tests, and a lot of discussions with the clips and with images from the matches we had, and so on. And in Romania, we also do it 2 times per year. We do it like a week, more or less. But also, meanwhile, we do it another 4 times, but like daily. We used to meet in the morning, and in the afternoon we are free. So like 6 hours we have a discussion.
Right. Now, I want people to understand that even professionals have challenges. So how did the pandemic affect you mentally?
It was very difficult. There were very, very difficult times. First of all, thinking that a referee, what does it mean, a referee? A referee means that somebody is training, somebody is traveling, somebody is refereeing matches on the pitch, outdoor, everything is outdoor. So you can imagine in the lockdown to be, I don't know, to be inside. You have only the walls around you all the time. I told you 2 hours per week shopping, but just go to the shopping to the shop market and coming back. So it was not. It was very difficult, and a lot of my colleagues. We have a lot of in the lower leagues, in the fourth and fifth division, in district level. We have a lot of referees who abandoned this career. A lot. Yeah, because it was not easy for them. A referee in the district level had to stay out 1 year and 2 months, because in the district level they just started the competition like in May. So from March 2020 up to May 2021, there are 14 months. So they had to stay out, and it was difficult for them, but also for us. And we had to stay 3 months with no matches. But it was very difficult. Also, UEFA tried, and also the Romanian referee committee. We did some online courses, like you did. We had some Zoom discussions, but we are willing to get together. We are willing to, I don't know, to be in a hall all together, to discuss, to, I don't know, to have an argue, to do the things that we did before. Yeah, because it's not the same. And you know, it is like a Zoom meeting is like, I don't know, you can, yeah, you're watching the clips, maybe you're saying 2 or 3 words, but it's not the same. You're not totally involved like before. Yeah.
Cranston, I'm going to quickly ask you a question, because it's got to be similar. How has your group mentally been affected by the recent development? Well, starting back a year ago, we got to come back. We finished a season, started a new season, and that got halted. So, how has that affected your people in just in conversation?
Yeah, I mean, everybody they were still training, because one thing I must say, the pandemic, it opened up a lot of doors. It also just brought some things, everybody close together from that standpoint, because we had a lot more Zoom sessions. When we were allowed, I think we had 10 people. Mm-hmm. People were adamant they wanted to train. So from that standpoint, the academy persons came training. They still do what they had to do, because of course their ultimate goal is they want to go on the FIFA list. I must say, surprisingly, we also had a lot of persons come onto the Zoom sessions, and Zoom just became a way of life, because most people, with the lockdown, shelter in place, you were at home, so it was just something that they did. They were a little bit upset when the season did get canceled altogether, because they were looking forward to going, and when the clubs had started doing practice matches, the referees were getting in shape. But I mean, outside of that, I think it's affected the youth referees more, because of the sheer volume of them, because there's about 90 of them. Trying to get them together, we had 10 people at a time. That was a little bit challenging if we didn't do it. But the senior referees, for the most part, I would say they've hung in. Maybe 1 or 2 haven't participated as of late, but for the most part, they've hung in. And with the Zoom sessions, it's not the ideal thing, but it's better than not have anything at all. And I mean, for me, I look at it to say the pandemic has definitely, for me, created opportunities, because now look at the show. Normally, I would probably say for Radu, I would be like trying to say, well, fly Radu in from Romania, come to Bermuda to do something to referees, whereas now I could sit on a call with him and have a conversation. So from that standpoint, a lot of things have changed. But I mean, once we get back to regular in September, hopefully everything will be fine.
Now, Radu, players are recognizable in their neighborhoods because they play for a big club. What is it like as a referee in the area and where you live? Are you recognizable because you're a referee, or are you recognizable because you didn't give us the call that we wanted to win the match a week ago?
Yeah, being a referee in the top division and doing many of the big matches, and the people in Romania, they are watching a lot of football. So yes, they get to know you, and it's not. Yeah, a referee can do a match either bad or either normal. it cannot be very good. Nobody will say, yes, he did an excellent job. No, they will say he did a normal job. So he was okay. He did nothing wrong. This is the idea.
Sure.
They're not say, okay, very, very good job. So most of the cases, most of the situations, the people are not very happy. They remember, as you said, that yes, you didn't give us that foul. Yeah, I remember. It was a very clear penalty and you didn't give it. So yeah, I will remember this for many years. Yeah, but sometimes, so most of the times, we try to get over it with, I don't know, with a joke, with something, because if you go angry, if you get to be upset and tense, you cannot win a discussion with somebody being angry. You cannot win. You go angry, you go upset, you get to say, I don't know, maybe some bad words, and it's not good. And speaking of this, and going back to the last question of you, you said, for me in the pandemic, it was very important that we received the message from our chairman, the head of the refereeing, the person from Greece, who told us in the lockdown, guys, we have to win as a team. We have to win this match. We have to go all together and we have to pass it. We will do it. Now we have some difficult times, but we have to do it, and we will pass over it, and we will think, yes, that we did it. So we have to make it as a team. We have to win the 3 points as a team. Yeah.
And that's kind of encouraging, because you want to be as one, as much as you can, even as the referee team, because it's kind of, it's funny how people say it, but it's you against two teams, because only half of the stadium's gonna like when you blow the whistle. The other half's not gonna like when you blow the whistle, regardless of when you blow it, other than to start it and to end it.
Yeah,
everything is confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I will add also when you finish the first half and when you start the second half. So there are 4 calls, everybody accepts. Yeah. And the spectators can be happy with this call, but in 10 seconds they will kill you. If they can, they will kill you. Yeah. We have to deal with these things, and as Creston very well knows, the management is very, very important. We have to adapt our level of communication, of body language to the players. Maybe if a player is very angry and speaking very loud and so on with you, you have to be the same. You cannot be like I don't know, like a very, very small dog, we say in Romania. Saying, yes, you are right. You have to get up a little bit and you have to show him that, come on, I'm the referee. You cannot talk to me like this. If the players are polite, also you have to be in line with what they are saying. Yeah. If they're polite, you have to also be polite. You cannot shout. If, for example, if a player is coming to you and saying, well, mister, I think it was not a foul. You have to have a normal reaction. Yeah, maybe it's my mistake. Maybe I was wrong.
Now, I want to talk to you about the VAR. When it first came out, and to date, has your opinion on the system changed? Were you for it when it first started, and now you're with it, or has that opinion of the system changed for you?
Also, being honest, I will tell you that when this system appeared, I said, come on, the football players are not having a chip in the leg in order to, like computer, like moving the ball like this and like that. If the players are human beings with human decisions and so on, we have to do it the same.
Yes.
But then I thought, and I had a lot of thoughts, and I thought about it. And the VAR system is being used like a safety net for the referees. So, for example, if you do like a very important error, like clear and obvious mistake, the people, everybody is, they want that decision not to be taken because it's obviously that you made a mistake. Like I told you 10 years ago, I did a mistake and it was 1 meter between the players and I said it was a foul. And everybody, the people, the spectators, the people in front of the TVs, they do not like this. They do not like the big errors. Even if that error is, let's say, for their team, sometimes they do not accept, like, they want, I don't know, real things, honest things. And the VAR for me is very important. I told you, like a safety net for the referees, in order that if you make a very, very big mistake, you have the chance, you have the opportunity with your colleague in the operating room, you have the opportunity to review it or to change the decision. Like saying, okay, I was wrong, I'm sorry, this is the correct decision. And also,
yeah.
I want to say that it will be very, very important the way that the referees will be instructed, because the VAR system is not easy. I took part in some seminars. The VAR part, the VAR refereeing is not easy. It's not something like everybody, the VAR is coming and everything will be fine and no mistakes and so on. No, it will be very, very difficult, and we will have discussions. We will have a lot of discussions when the system will be implemented also in Romania. We will have discussion, but we have to be prepared for it. And now I think that it's a very, very good system, this VR.
Yeah, I remember maybe 3 years ago, could have been a little longer. The UEFA started to use referees on the goal line to get if the ball crossed the line or so forth. How did you like that?
It was I told you when I started, it was we called it additional assistant referees.
Right.
So with 2 referees, standing behind the goals and checking the situations in front of them, and also checking the situation where the ball crossed or not the goal line. And again, I have to say, Creston knows very well. For a referee, we do not have this habit to see if the ball is passing or not. The assistant referees, they know it very well, because during the matches, one assistant referee will do many decisions with the ball crossing or not the goal line, and the assistant referees are very used to it. But for me as a referee, it was very difficult, because I wasn't. We took some tests in the headquarters of UEFA, some practical tests with balls passing or not the goal line, and a lot. We had some situations that when we saw it, we said, like, what, were we crazy, or what is like 1 meter? What, we were sleeping or what? And it was not very good for us. Yes, the help for the referee. I also did matches as an additional referee and also as a referee with additional referees. And yes, we were covering the field of play very well with 5 opinions, 6 opinions, with the 4th official. We had a full control of the match. But personally, I didn't like at all the situation with the goal crossing or not the goal line. And 2 years ago, I think UEFA started the GLT. The GLT is the goal line technology.
Yes.
So we have a watch, and when the goal is being scored, the watch is doing like goal, and vibrating, and everything is settled. So nothing, no discussion. So if the ball is passing, I don't know, 5 centimeters, we're pointing out the watch, and we're saying, hey, the watch said goal, so it's clear. Yeah.
Any final comments, Creston?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Reddy, once again, thank you very much for agreeing to come on the show. And thanks for the support thus far. And I wish you all the best in the future in your career, sir. And hopefully one day you'll get to visit our island. Thank you very much.
And Reddy, I want to extend that congratulations and thank you again for offering your assistance to our local referees here in Bermuda. As you said, you reached out to the Bermuda Football Association and Cranston, and now it looks like we have a connection in Romania that is willing to assist Bermuda in getting more people on the list, because every little bit helps. No matter near or far, every little bit helps. And I want to thank you very much for reaching out and taking the time to talk and give our people some advice and some educational tools from an experienced person such as yourself. And again, as Cranston said, we want to wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully at the World Cup.
Thank you very much, and for sure I'm going to meet you face to face. I would like to come. I don't know when and where. Yeah, but I will definitely come to Bermuda, and we will have the chance to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, folks,
okay.
That's it here for Referee Corner, and thanks again to Radu Prestru. Okay.